Okay, guys, we're going to do one more video today. It's Tuesday the 26th, but I'm going to simulate our new route out in Elizabethtown. It's Route 12 for JD. JD, this is for you, buddy. We're going to get you all squared away. You watch this video, you should be all set for tomorrow. This is going to be a complete simulation of what you encountered today, and this is a great run through for everybody when you've got a backlog of old invoices, you don't know how to clear them, you don't know what to do. Again, I'm going to remind you, if you don't clear these old invoices, you're going to end up serving customers and it's going to merge old invoices into new invoices because they're undelivered stops and they're going to think that you still need to deliver them. So rather than print invoices with old dates and whatnot, they're going to merge it all into one, and you do not want that. Those are not going to match your loads. So here he is. He's route number 12. I'm going to go in here. Let me click. Here we go. 10012. It's for JD's route 12. Don't worry about this. It's because we're simulating. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to MOD. That's always our first stop, right? And we're going to check open deliveries. And holy, we've got 822, we've got 825, we got 826. So what I'm going to do is we're going to clear out all the older ones. That should be your first step. Today we're delivering for 826, so we want to get rid of 822 and 825 invoices. I'm scrolling down. I'm getting rid of these 825s. This is everything that was delivered on Monday, but we've been providing backup paper invoices, and we attempted to cut the cord today, but we didn't get anywhere. So we're going to try and make it so that fresh and ready. I've already cleaned up the handheld for tomorrow, but I want to show you how you approach a day when you've got a whole bunch of stuff in here. Let's say you were off for a day, you were sick, you took a small vacation, and somebody else ran your route. So you've got these 825s and 822s, and we're leaving alone the 826. Do not delete the invoices that you need to run, or you're not going to be able to get them back. All right, once you clear them out, they're gone. So I've chosen only 822 and 825. We're going to hit the arrow. We're going to confirm delivery cancellation. Now what I'm doing is simulating the route. I'm not making any actual changes. All right, so now I'm going to check open deliveries. I'm going to look here and I'm going to see the ones he has here. That all looks good, but I'm not sure. Let's just say we're missing a couple invoices. I'm not sure, so rather than count the ones on your load sheet and then count the ones on your handheld, just do this step every time. So you go into MOD, like I said, you check open deliveries, you make sure you've deleted any of the old ones, then you go into BOD, beginning of day, you select the date. See where it says no date selected? Even though it's blue, and now it's starting to show Wednesday in case we're getting ready to run Wednesday, we're still running the blue date, 26. See how it says Tuesday the 26th? We've selected that. Now we've entered that day. And I'm going to go up here and we're going to hit sync. Sync tells the system, the computer, that we're here, we're looking for our invoices, and we want to get all the invoices that are set to be delivered on 826. We've done that. It completed that. Typically, you're going to have to log in again after the sync, but because we're in a, like a simulation, I guess it just skipped that step. So I go back to MOD, and now I check open deliveries, and look, I've picked up some additional stops that were not in there prior to the sync. These are stops that might have been added during the day on Monday for Tuesday delivery. Maybe we went in and jiggered something or changed a couple stops. You can see you have all these Chambersburg schools, and mostly Chambersburg School is Tuesday. Then you got Bermudian Springs, you got Sage, Wilson College, and Diffie's Restaurant. Okay, so we checked our undelivered orders. That's fine. Now, to actually serve the orders, you go into customer service. Now you're going to see all those stops again, and you're ready to go ahead and start creating invoices and serving them. Now, Diffie's, number one on the lineup. We're going to click on Diffie's. Yeah, that's them, Molly Pitcher Highway. Okay, and here's Diffie's Restaurant. The date is correct. Well, actually, it doesn't even show you the date. So we're going to skip to the next one. That shows you the date, 8/26. And their total is for 6140. This is really a window that shows you very little. except to confirm that it's the right date and how much the total dollar amount is. If for any reason you pull this up and you're like, wait a minute, I'm not serving these people, or I don't have their product, or I don't know what's going on, you can delete this invoice here by clicking the minus. But you really should have handled that in the open deliveries window on the last page, like I was talking about in MOD. All right, so we're at Diffie's restaurant. We're ready to create their invoice. You arrow over to the right. We're going to confirm that we have all this product. They've ordered 6 of the Club White. They want 1 of the Club Wheat, some 10-inch hoagie, 8-inch hoagie, and 2 of the Texas Toast. Total of 19 pieces. Let's say for some reason the shippers didn't send us any wheat bread, okay? And they only sent us 3 of the 8-inch hoagie. You see I'm clicking in here, but it won't let me arrow over. Why is that? Because I'm still in this field. All right, you want to click on 8-inch or click out somewhere, anywhere, and it'll move you along. Now, because we've stopped accepting our inventory at the beginning, and that is a step I totally skipped over, if you'll remember, it's going to ask us, do you want to force the quantity? Yes. I'm getting rid of inventory, so you won't have to do it in the beginning, and you won't have to do it at the end. It's going to automatically load and then unload your inventory for you. You won't have to worry about it. All right, so here we are. We're delivering the full load of Club White. We were short the wheat. We've got all the hoagie 10-inch. We're short 2 of the 8-inch, and we've got the Texas Toast. Just so you know, here is your your pricing of what you're charging the customer. Retail price, again, we talked about this in an earlier video. It's totally unnecessary. We don't need it. All right, so this is just the inventory. We don't do returns for them, so we don't have to worry about that. Now we're ready to print the invoice. All right, it's going to show us some stuff about quantity. We're going to force the quantity. We don't worry about that. And it's going to ask us about it for each product. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, we don't do any returns or anything. So you don't need to check any of these boxes. Collection, totally unrelated. We don't deal with it. That would be if you're collecting payments for your whatever. Buybacks would be if we have quality product that we're going to resell to somebody else. That's not something we do. We're not doing that. We're not offering any samples. It doesn't need to be done in this window. If we're going to sample them, we'll let you know. We'll send it to you, and it'll be marked for 1 penny as a sample. All right, orders. This is if you're going to place an order for a future date for the customer. Right now, all the orders are done through the office. Don't worry about that. But it may get to a point where we start using this feature where if you're serving a retail store or a customer says to you, oh, wait, can you bring me 20 more 10-inch tomorrow? You could enter that order, and as long as you have uploaded your EOD by a certain point in the day, that order will come into the system. We're not using that right now. And if you need to create a credit, again, this is just for retail stops. We shouldn't be doing this unless you get to a stop and maybe something was damaged or whatever, then you create an invoice credit. But this is really just for retail. You should not be creating credits on loads that you've already printed the invoice. That's why you should be carrying the handheld with you. Okay, so we've updated the invoice. We've updated our invoice for the products that we have and those that we don't. And now we just arrow over. If you want to look at it one more time, you can always, oh, that's not it. These are your delivery days, or at least the dates that you've been giving them orders, that they have orders for this week. I don't even know what this is. Oh, this takes you back into the invoice and lets you look at the details again. All right, but we're comfortable with that. We're ready to go. We're going to move on, and now we arrow to the right. Here it's going to show you that it's a total of 52. We are billing them for 16 total pieces, okay? And it says no printer because we're in simulation mode, but then you go ahead and print the invoice. It's going to say, was it successful? Yes, it was. Is the invoice correct? Yes, it is. Great. It's going to do that, and then it's going to move you to the next customer. All right, we're going to go to Sage Wilson College. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to check off, yes, that's the one we want to see. We're going to arrow over, yes, indeed, that's the order. We have everything we need. We can scroll up and just double check everything's here, or you can use this scroll down here. It's 33 total pieces, and we're going to arrow over. Yes, we want to force the quantity for each item because we're not doing inventory, so we just have to tell it, yes, we're going to do that. We're not going to take any credits. We're not doing anything else here. We're just going to arrow over. Do not get lost in the dark gray or black tabs there. Just moving along. Okay, we're correct. Yes, it's right. We're going to choose the printer. The printer should always be the Honeywell. And if for any reason you're not connected to your printer, it'll say connect to the printer. You choose Honeywell. You connect to the printer by using the two gray buttons on the side of the handheld to scan the QR code on the back of your printer. Very easy. Printing successful? Yes. Invoice correct? Yes. And so on and so forth. Let's do one more. We'll go to Bermudian Springs. But let's say we were delayed. There was a tree down or something. We're going to go over to Chambersburg, Fayetteville, something or other. Fayetteville Elementary. All right, so we can skip around. We don't have to do this in the order it's presented. We're going to arrow over. Oh, wait a minute. I'm doing this on the wrong screen. Okay, arrow over. There's Brenda. She's our contact. Oh, my goodness, there's a problem. We got to call her. We're coming early. She's got to open the gate. I don't know, but there's a phone number for her. It might be accurate. We're not sure. Okay, we've got the order number. Again, doesn't matter. The date is correct. It's for $100. Yep, we've got it all. Oh, wait, we were short. We have only 19 of the school wheat hamburger. We're going to click out of there. Yes. And we're going to arrow over to the right. Warning. Yes, we want to force the quantity. Oh, yes, we like doing that again. All right, no credits. We're not doing anything on the gray stuff. We're just arrow over. Here it is. It was going to be $100 and some, but we missed one pack of rolls, so now it's $98.40. All right, we go ahead and print. If this says no printer, you see where it says roll. You click on here, and then it'll have all the possible printers listed here. Ours is Honeywell. Okay, we're not going to do that because it's a simulation, doesn't have our Honeywell printer in there. So we go back, we say yes, we're going to move on. Printing successful, yes. The invoice was correct, yes. All right, so we're moving on. We've got all these other stops here. We're going to serve them all one by one. When we're done, we will have a blank screen, okay? If for any reason you need to find a customer, you can search it here. Let's say Chambersburg. Oh, wait, no, I did that. Chambersburg. Visit list. There, it's going to bring up the Chambersburg places. Those are the ones that we haven't seen yet. But if you don't do any of this, stay out all that stuff. I don't know why I even showed you that. Okay, so we're done with our MOD. We've made our stops. We show these are still open deliveries. Now, if you're going to hold the product on your truck, which we don't approve of, but every once in a while you get an order that's supposed to be a Tuesday, you're going to hold it until Wednesday. Do not delete it. Keep it in here if you have the product. But if you didn't get the product and you need that product shipped to you, then you want to cancel these invoices out like I'm about to do by hitting select all, or let's say we're just going to get rid of this one, FCCTC. All right, it's going to say, yeah, you want to confirm. Now we're going to go back in and FCCTC is gone. Okay, if you want to get rid of all of them, I mean, you shouldn't be deleting these. You should have served all these customers. Okay. But if I go now to, once I'm done with that, I go to EOD. There's still orders to deliver. They must be delivered or canceled in order to access the day menu. Okay. So we will go back to open deliveries. We will delete them all because that seems to be what it wants us to do. Confirm delivery, cancellation, yes, everything's out of there. All right. Then we go back to EOD. This is how we finish our day. We would do truck inventory where we're getting rid of that, so you don't have to worry about that. You go to end of day, ready to print, yes. Press enter, yes. It's printing, even though there's no printer, it's scrolling it off and it's pretending, all right? But we're about done. Print was successful, yes. Then it's going to say, yes, we want to print again. I guess we're printing again. I don't know. There are two reports that come out at the end. We're getting rid of those too. Do you want to start the end of day process? Yes. If you do not do this, it does not send me your invoices. We won't be able to bill the customer. Okay. So you click that. Then you're back to this screen. You click and you're back at the login screen. You're ready for 8:26. That is today, but it would normally read 8:27, I think. Well, either way, you can go back in. You can always check 10012. Don't worry about this. This is not a screen you'll see because we're just simulating. If I go into MOD and I hit open deliveries, nothing. And that you can check, throughout the day. That's fine. But the key is When you go into open deliveries, you're going to, if you see a bunch of old stuff, you want to delete that. Okay, that was the problem we had this morning on Route 12. He went in, he saw old deliveries, he had all his new deliveries, didn't know really quite what to do. All right. After you do MOD, you go in. After you do in the morning, you first check. You're going to check your open deliveries. Then you go into BOD. You pick the date. It says no date selected. You pick the date until it gives you the date. Then you arrow over, and then you come back out and hit sync. Sync will bring you your deliveries. Make sure you have all of your deliveries that are listed on your load sheet. Okay? And then make sure you do EOD, and you'll be done. You'll be back at the login screen. Your day is over. You go take a nap. Go to bed. Okay? All right. Thanks so much. I hope everybody enjoys these videos. You can like and subscribe, and we're going to blow this channel up. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.